So hello everybody, my name is Oge and I'm back again. So today I want to show you guys how I mark my breaker block. Now today's goal is breaker block. Now don't forget I showed a video on how to do your break of structure, which I indicated market structure being a break of structure, which is a high here and a low, a high and a low, a high, and for a breaker block it's going to break this low. It's going to break this low and continue on its own journey So there's going to be a break of structure here. There's going to be a break of structure here, and there's also going to be a break of structure here, and there's also going to be a shift in character. We have a shift in character here. What I use, I'm going to use no. Sorry, I'm taking too much of your time just to explain it better for you. So I'm going to use it as a BOS. This is a BOS here, and this is also a BOS here. That's a shift of structure. So how do I mark my own breaker block? Firstly, I always take my Fibonacci and I take it down here. I make sure the breaker block has a good zone, a very good zone. It has a fair value gap, and the fair value gap is within this 0.5 range. Then I mark my breaker block here, and this becomes my breaker block, and market enters the zone and start going on its own way. So I'm going to show you some of the examples of a breaker block here. I'm going to show you examples of breaker block. So I'm deleting all these ones here, all these ones here. So example of a breaker block is this, an example here. You can see here it formed a break of structure. You can see here that is a break of structure. And if I draw my Fibonacci from here to, you can see from here to here, that's my Fibonacci. Also, there's also, if I mark my breaker block from here, but normally if you want to mark a breaker block, this is just the zone, but you have to come down to 5 minutes. You have to come down to 5 minutes to see what 5 minutes is showing you, and I will take my entry from here. Now if you are drawing your Fibonacci, you can see that this is a fair value gap. I took my 15 minutes as my higher time frame, right? But this is a breaker block. So the breaker block, to me, this is how I mark my own kind of breaker block. This is how I mark my breaker block. I mark it this way, and it makes the chart very easy for me. So what makes a valid breaker block is that there must always be a break of structure. A break of structure must take place for a valid breaker block. Let me find you another one. Let me find you another breaker block. Okay, let me find you a better breaker block. Now this is a breaker block here again. There was a structural break here. You can see it. You can see it here. And if I take my Fibonacci from here to down here, around that breaker block area, you can see it's still above 0.5. Let it just be in your premium or your discount, depending on how you're trying to analyze and the zone that you find that trade. Trying to find that location for you. And if you can see very well, my breaker block, what happens to my breaker block? It has a fair value gap. You see it, which has made my breaker block very valid. That whole zone I would have picked. Let me delete all these parts so you can see what I'm talking about clearly. So this is it. This is the breaker block, and you can see that will be my break of structure on a higher time frame. I chose 15 minutes, but I'm finding my entry in 5 minutes. I can still go down to 3 minutes, but this is my breaker block on 5 minutes, on 15 minutes also. I just refined it down for you to see how the chart looks like. So if you have any questions for me, or you do not understand anything, kindly ask your question in the comment section, and I hope to elaborate more on my next video, explain better if you have any questions for me. Thank you very much. And please do not forget to subscribe and also tap the like button and ask questions. I do appreciate questions. Thank you.